Hi, I'm Kat and this is 10 Minutes Long. Welcome to the insanity. I've just moved house and here's an idea of where things are at right now. So yeah, it's been a really long week and yesterday I went to clean the old flat, which took a full day, and even though I took an entire day to clean it, I'm pretty sure I'm still not going to get the deposit back, even though I tried really hard. But anyways, I'm really tired, really sore. It's just been a hell of a week. And like I've been here for a week and I still just crap everywhere. There's just so much to do. I started to feel a little bit overwhelmed through the week, so I've not done any filming before this point because things were just insane and like that was just extra stress I didn't need. But I've started to like calm down a little bit now. Now that the flat's done, I feel a lot better about it. As you can see, I've taken no care over my physical appearance at all. My hair is a mess, my makeup's a mess. I'm just cuddled up in my favourite hoodie that I put on when I don't feel great. Just hide in here. But anyway, in this video I thought I would just kind of say like I've moved, it was tough, it was hard, really hard. Lots of stuff has been done and I'm just gonna introduce you through the magic of voiceover Cat because I just can't even today. I just literally can't even. This is like taking all of my energy to do. I'm going to introduce you to some of the quirkier features of my flat because, not my flat, my new house, because there are just some insane features that I keep finding them and thinking, why would you do that? Why? And I think you guys will also think that's insane. So yeah, here we go. Here's a countdown of some of the strangest things I found in this new house. So starting in the kitchen, this bit of missing wall was hidden behind a fridge. So yeah, that was quite fun to do. Under the sink we have a ripped off cupboard back, which also is fun to find. In the kitchen, a disco ball on the ceiling. It's not like plugged into the electrics or anything, it is just a random disco ball that is absolutely covered in dust, and a gross blind and some gross lights too. Okay, so the weird thing about this cupboard is that the handle is at the bottom, whereas all the other handles in the kitchen are at the top. And it's even weirder when you see why. And when you grab the handle and open it, you see the most disgusting thing in the world. I'm not a fan of cupboard bins, and this is absolutely gross and needs to be sorted out. So in the kitchen there's this cute little cupboard which is great for coats and bags and stuff like that. But as you can see, there is absolutely no paint inside it at all. It's just naked MDF. Above it there's actually a door and another cupboard that is pretty much the same apart from the lime green interior of the cupboard door. And again, you can just see that they've just kind of like gotten to that point and just stopped painting. And there used to be a door on this cupboard, but it was gone when we took ownership of the house. Okay, so here's the pantry. It's a little bit of a mess because I've, been moving in and stuff. And I absolutely do love this part of the house, but something you can see is that none of these shelves are finished at all. They're just naked shelves, which seems weird, especially in a space that is meant for food. And there's a lot of that kind of going on. So if you look behind me, there is this other shelf here above the basement that is just, again, just naked wood, like it's not at all been finished, which is, and the banister as well. So that's a lot of unfinished wood around. Okay, so this is the basement, and there's luckily some room for like white goods and things like that down here. Again, a bit of a mess at the moment. But the washing machine is like super hard to move, like it's really old and it's so heavy. But the way that it's been plumbed in means it has to stand there, and it's literally like in the way of the electric cupboard, so you can't like open it. And this is like after I've had somebody move it a couple of inches to the right as well. It was butted right up against this door. The electrics also need massively sorting out, and the electric cupboard is a little bit gross. So moving into the bathroom, there's this like really nice cupboard here, but the door that has been put on it doesn't fit, so there's like a huge gap, which makes this cupboard a little bit difficult to use because it's going to get really damp whenever the bath or shower is used, because it's right in front of the bath. Like I say, though, it is a nice cupboard, but again, it's kind of weird. It's just been sort of like shoved in there. It's kind of like a cowboy built it sort of thing. It is actually finished wood this time, which is kind of useful, but it's just weird how it's been kind of like shoved in there. This is the wall inside the shower. It's a stud wall, and it's got this weird window in it. No idea why there's a window in it. There is absolutely no need at all. But when we came to view the house, there was glass in here, and they have taken it out before moving. So this is an interesting one. You can see that the light here is inside the shower track, so when you draw the curtain and have a shower, you're in there with the light, which doesn't feel very safe. You can also see that between the last video and this one, I actually fixed the missing glass in the shower. This is like an extractor fan, and then when you look at where it goes, it just kind of comes out the back here of this unfinished stud wall, goes across the top of this unfinished doorway, and just ends randomly above the door. When you switch it on, it does make a fan noise, and it is meant to draw the air out, but like you're just putting damp air into a cupboard at this stage. So this is the back of the shower, so that's the window that I was showing you just a minute ago. That's the back of it. There used to be shelves and cupboards and things like that in here, but they ripped them all out after we'd seen the house, after we'd bought it, so we just kind of inherited this really random space. And this is the doorway from the random space cupboard into the bathroom, and as you can see, it's just so unfinished, like it's just so bad, and there was a door there and it's been taken off, and that's why there's like weird holes and they've just been patched up. This is the upstairs space, and as you can see, there is just this white coating all over the walls, which is not really sure what it is, something to do with the plasterboard being taped rather than screwed in, so I've been reliably informed by my stepdad. It looks like it's been cleaned off at some point, but it's back there, so yeah, I don't know what it is, but I think I'm gonna have to paint the wall a different colour. They've got these original beams which are really nice, like I quite like that as a feature of the house, but where the beams are has not really been finished, so you can see that there's actually a big gap between the beam and the ceiling, which you can see there. You can see the cobwebs going, which is gross. You can't see it that well in this video, which is why I'm trying to adjust the camera a bit madly, but you can actually just see through that gap, you can actually see the back of the silver stuff that is used to line the house, you know, the insulation, so that's not great, and I mean that is the case all the way along. It's just not been finished properly, so probably need to get some of that crazy expanding foam in there just to stop the drafts and keep the heat in. There's this little nook in the bedroom, which is kind of cool, but there's this like really random light here that is just totally broken. When this goes on, it makes the roof really hot, like really hot, I mean the ceiling, and this just like really random bulb in there, so that is probably not great. I actually took this video to show my electrician. Also there's this like really weird like pull cords that I just don't like, they just feel creepy and I don't get it, and there's like some hung over here as well. They're just, I don't know, I suppose they're just like decorative tassels, but I just don't like them at all, they just feel creepy to me. And then finally there's the fun fact that after I moved in, the walls needed to be stripped of plaster, stripped and plastered, to inject like a damp proof course into them so that we could get rid of damp. It cost a fortune and made a huge mess, so this is just a part of my living room. And this is the other part of my living room, and I kid you not, like it still looks like this pretty much. Like they carried on chipping away at the walls, and pretty much everything under the dado rail went, and it's just kind of like naked plaster now, and that's also the case in my bedroom. So there is still, it took me a long time to clean up after that, and there's still a lot of naked plaster around. So yeah, that's really all I wanted to say in this video, was just to say these are just some bits of my house that were a bit weird and wrong. And yeah, like it was hard to come to terms with that because it looked a lot different to how I remembered it and everything. But I mean, we're working through it, and already, you know, quite a few of those bits are fixed. You know, the disco ball's gone, the electrics have been sorted out, and it's cost quite a bit of money, but you know, things will come right in the end. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed my weird house, and hope you enjoy watching me make it better.